Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into what is literally the next massive leap in artificial intelligence, Agentic AI. AI is moving incredibly fast right now, but today we're looking at a huge, fundamental shift in how we actually use it. We're moving from an AI that just talks to you to an AI that actually takes action. So think about how you're using AI right now. We all know it can write a brilliant poem, draft a quick email, or answer a super complex prompt. But ask yourself this: what if it could autonomously execute your daily tasks while you just focus on the big picture? Imagine an AI that doesn't just tell you how to do something, but actually goes out and does it for you. Well, that is the core promise of Agentic AI. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Beyond the basic chatbot. 2. Anatomy of an AI agent. 3. The agentic loop in action. 4. Practical real-world examples. And 5. Risks and human control. Let's get into it.
Section 1. Beyond the basic chatbot. Think of normal generative AI as, well, reactive. You give it a prompt and it generates text, code, or images. It's fantastic at creating content. But agentic AI, that's proactive. You give it a goal and it actively works toward completing that goal by executing multi-step workflows. If generative AI is like a brilliant writer sitting at a typewriter waiting for your instructions, agentic AI is like a project manager who gets the assignment and immediately starts making phone calls.
So the crucial takeaway here is this definition. Agentic AI is a system that pursues a goal, plans the steps required, uses digital tools, and takes action with limited human supervision. I really like to think of Agentic AI as upgrading from a digital encyclopedia to a smart intern. A smart intern doesn't just answer your questions, right? They understand what you're trying to achieve, figure out exactly how to do it, and then actually get it done.
Section 2. Anatomy of an AI agent.
Okay, so how do we actually build this digital intern? It takes 5 core components working together flawlessly, kind of like glowing nodes in a network. For an AI to be truly agentic, it needs a goal, a brain, tools, memory, and guardrails. Let's break those down.
First up, we have the brain. This is the cognitive engine of the whole system, and honestly, it's usually a familiar large language model, or LLM, just like the ones powering today's advanced chatbots. The brain's job is to do the heavy lifting of reasoning. When you give the agent a goal, the brain interprets what you want, breaks that complex goal down into smaller, manageable subtasks, and decides what needs to happen next.
But here's the catch. A brain on its own is kind of trapped in a box. An agent without tools can only talk to you. But by plugging the AI into your calendar, your email, your company databases, and the open web, it gains its hands. It gains the actual power to act in the real world. Tools are what allow the agent to finally leave the chat window and execute the plan.
Next up is memory. If an agent is going to do a complex, multi-step task, it really needs to remember what it's doing. Short-term memory allows the agent to hold on to the context of the current task, like, remembering what a website said 5 minutes ago while it's busy writing an email about it. Long-term memory allows the agent to remember your overarching preferences over time, so it gets smarter and more aligned with you every single time you use it.
Section 3. The agentic loop in action.
Now let's look at the continuous process these agents use. It's known as the agentic loop, and it's a 5-step cycle. First, the AI gets a goal from you. Second, it uses its brain to craft a plan. Third, it uses its tools to act on the first step of that plan. Fourth, and this is super important, it observes the result. Did the web search fail? Was there an error? And finally, step 5, it adjusts. It uses that feedback to refine its plan and loops right back around until the goal is totally accomplished.
Let's look at a really concrete example to ground this. Imagine you ask your AI to plan a study week for your upcoming exams. A traditional chatbot, it just types out a generic text list, like study math on Monday, history on Tuesday. But an agentic AI takes that goal and enters the loop. It acts by checking your actual digital calendar. It observes your free time blocks, adjusts based on your priorities, and then proactively schedules the study sessions right into your calendar app. It doesn't just tell you what to do, it actually manages the process for you.
Section 4. Practical real-world examples.
In your personal life, think of an agent as a really dedicated assistant. Say you want to organize a birthday party. A normal generative AI will happily write a funny little invitation for you. But an agentic AI, it could look at your friend's availability, seamlessly hop onto a web search to compare local venues, draft the invites, estimate the budget, and even set reminders for you to pick up the cake. It coordinates the whole logistical headache so you don't have to. And in the business world, the impact is even more profound. These agents can automate incredibly complex workflows. In customer support, an agent can read an incoming message, securely query an order database, identify a shipping delay, and resolve the issue autonomously with the customer. Businesses are using them to qualify sales leads, run tests on software code, and even help healthcare admins organize appointments. They basically become a tireless extension of the workforce.
Section 5. Risks and human control. Now we have to talk about the flip side, because giving AI the power to independently act introduces some significant new risks. If a regular chatbot hallucinates a fake fact, you just read something wrong. But if an agentic AI hallucinates, it might actually act on that false fact. It might use the wrong tool, or if it has excessive permissions, accidentally expose private data. When AI moves from talking to acting, a tiny error can quickly snowball into a massive problem.
As you can see, cybersecurity and accountability become huge hurdles here. When agents get access to enterprise data, we absolutely have to build robust permission-based systems. I mean, imagine the disaster if a poorly configured AI had the unchecked authority to wrongly reject a customer's mortgage application. Organizations have to know exactly who is responsible when an AI takes an action.
Which brings us right back to the fifth, and honestly, maybe the most vital component of our AI agent, guardrails. A truly safe agentic system is designed with a human in the loop. This simply means the system is programmed to stop, explain its intended plan, and ask you, the human, for explicit approval before it executes any sensitive action. Like sending a final email, making a purchase, or changing a database. It works for you, but you definitely remain the boss.
So, as you prepare to integrate this incredible technology into your life or business, your focus really has to shift to management. You have to actively decide what guardrails you're going to put in place to manage your new digital intern, making sure its actions are safe, secure, and perfectly aligned with your goals.
Because at the end of the day, I really want you to walk away from this explainer remembering this one simple distinction. Generative AI creates, but agentic AI acts. It's absolutely a thrilling frontier, but it leaves us with one final, pretty big question. When your AI intern can do almost anything, are you actually ready for the responsibility of being its boss?